Professor accuses me of cheating, but I prove him wrong. I'm actually a genius. Well, about a week before test 3, this professor announces to the class that because some of us had found the previous test so easy, the next one would have twice as many questions in the same amount of time. And then, being the cheeky SOB I am, I asked him as I was leaving the class what would happen if someone made 100 on this test. He said, God help you on the final. So we used the same approach in studying for the test and found the same pattern of a limited set of questions. Of course, in addition to the extra questions he had promised, all the questions on this test would be new. So while we again got to the point, we had the questions and answers memorized. We tried to make sure we understood the concept as much as possible to deal with what we expected to be his wrath. So basically, they were just studying really well. Test day comes around, and lo and behold, 87 of the questions are pulled directly from old tests. 10 are from a guest lecture where he basically pulled the question and answer directly from the slides. And 3 were filler questions like, what's 1 + 1 equal? And the earth revolves around the sun. True or false?
This guy is so lazy.
He says, face my wrath. What's 1 + 1? 2.
Mathematical.
I knew I had everything right. I also knew I didn't want to screw myself and everyone else for the final. I purposely answered the filler questions incorrectly, so if he looked at the results, he would know what I had done. I got my 97, and I never heard from the professor about that third test. But I like to think of him rage scrolling through the results like, oh, get those kids one day. I don't remember the details about the final, but I do remember the format being the same exact thing as what had been announced at the beginning of the semester. My study group also worked together on the group project where we made A's and so on. So if he really only gave out 5 A's that semester, we received all of them.